Hey, how's it going? My name is jackiefishhh and welcome to Total War Rise of Mordor. Today we are looking at a very special sub-mod which goes ahead and adds in a campaign into the Age of Charlemagne theatre for Total War Rise of Mordor. So there's a few things I need to clarify before we do jump in and take a full look of the campaign itself. One, this is obviously a sub-mod. This is not made by the people working on Rise of Mordor. This is something completely separate, just using the Rise of Mordor assets to kind of create this campaign. Two, this is obviously, you know, a work in progress, very much in its alpha stage. There's still a lot he needs to add to it. However, I think it has really good potential and I can't wait to see more of it. As well as that, you know, you guys know Attila is not very moddable, especially the campaign is very unmoddable. So because of that, every kind of detail he's had to add into this campaign, every time he's had to move a faction around, it's taken a long time to do it. So please do make sure to give a like and a comment down below, you know, because this has taken him a long time to do, and it might not look like it's anything crazy, but honestly, the way Attila is and how moddable, how unmoddable the campaign is actually really impressive. So I can't wait to see, you know, this mod get developed more and more, and hopefully you guys will go ahead and support him as well. Finally, I will say as well, this is meant to be more of a deathmatch kind of all-out brawl where you play against a friend, rather than like a grand campaign where there's loads of factions everywhere. So because of that, there are only 2 factions in the campaign itself. He does plan on adding more later on down the line, maybe as kind of roaming armies, as well as having, you know, maybe side factions as well. But again, this is supposed to be more of a competitive head-to-head campaign where you have these 2 massive empires clashing against one another. And he did also say that eventually he wants to make it good versus evil, but for now he's going to stick with the scenario he has until Mordor are released for Total War Rise of Mordor. So the campaign itself is called the Kin's Strife, and this is where the Gondorians were in a brutal civil war. The king had been kicked out and he fled northwards to, I guess, the northern parts of Dale, where the Rovina or something like that are called, and that's where he's currently mustering his loyalist troops to move down south to fight the Traditional League, who have kind of taken over control of Gondor. So the loyalists are going to consist of a lot of the Dalian units up in the north, whereas the Traditional League are going to be situated with a lot of these Gondorian state troops, which we're used to seeing and loving. So what we're going to do is we are going to jump into the campaign. I'm going to go ahead and turn off Fog of War so we can see basically what the 2 sides start off with, and maybe we can talk a bit about what we would like to see. Also, if you guys have any feedback on the mod so far, obviously bear in mind this is still very early alpha, so do just let him know like kind of what you would like to see in the future with the idea of a mod. I'm sure he's going to read all the comments, so you know, if you do have any feedback for the mod itself, then make sure to let him know. But yeah, we'll jump into the campaign, we'll check out what both sides are, and then we'll jump out and then jump back in and kind of maybe just play a campaign, you know, 5-6 turns of just fighting in the campaign or something, or 5 or 6 episodes of us fighting in the campaign itself. Also, before we get started, sorry, a really long intro, but if you want to see me and Apollo do a head-to-head in this campaign, then make sure to get this video to 1,000 likes, and I think I'll be able to convince him that he should do it, and we'll both upload it on our channels, as this mod is perfect for a pure head-to-head experience. So do let us know in the comments down below if this is something you want to see, and maybe I'll go ahead and convince Apollo to come and fight me. So yeah, I'll jump into the campaign and show you guys what it is like. Okay guys, so here we are in the grand campaign. We have the loyalists up here to the north, and then the Traditionalist League down here in the south. You can see both sides start off with a ton of money, so they can go ahead and, you know, upgrade their settlement, improve their cities as much as possible, as well as, for some reason my UI, there we go, it's back. Yeah, so you can see both sides start off with a ton of money, a ton of food, and a pretty large empire, so they can upgrade their buildings, they can get their armies ready, and kind of have a good 5 or 6 turns of building up their forces before they immediately go to clash. I really love how the way he's created like a no man's land here, where there's just a 1 settlement lengthwise, and you know, so both sides kind of have their time to build up, and then they both just smash each other, push forward, and attack one another, which I think is really cool. He has mentioned that, you know, eventually he does want to add in maybe Isengard or some other factions which kind of maybe start off to the side, which both the players have to fight to get to each other. That's definitely, I think, a very cool idea. But as you can see, this is what I mentioned. It is, you know, it's more of a deathmatch. It's more of a quick-paced battle campaign rather than like a grand campaign where you build up slowly. Both sides start off with a fairly large treasury. They start off with a decent amount of upkeep, and they can just, you know, slowly upgrade their buildings bit by bit. So again, as I said, like the forces of the loyalists down here do have, and we'll pick up the king as well, they do have access to the normal Gondorian infantry. I believe up in Pavia, they do actually have access to the Gondorian state troops as well. So you can basically get almost your top tier units right away. And the battles are kind of designed with, if you've guys seen the Seven Kingdoms mod, it's the same guy who actually helped design the battles for Seven Kingdoms. So basically you will be having, you know, fast-paced battles. As I keep mentioning, you know, this whole kind of campaign is supposed to be, you know, constant battles which don't last forever. So if you are a fan of Warhammer battles, then you're going to absolutely love this. And one of the things I think is going to be absolutely spectacular for this mod is when they finish up the Gondorian architecture for the battles. Basically, for Rise of Mordor, they're very, very close to finishing, basically changing all the buildings for Gondor, so that when we jump into a land battle, the buildings and the siege maps won't look like they're Attila. They'll look like they are actually Gondorian. You know, all the buildings, I think they've got something like 20 to 30 different buildings, which will basically just replace the current ones in Attila, like straight away. So because of that, that's absolutely amazing, and I really, really can't wait for that, because I think that will take this Gondorian civil war to the next level, because, you know, you won't be fighting in default Attila places, you'll be fighting in Gondorian places. Oh my god, look how much public order I have as well. That is absolutely crazy right there. Again, this is still a work in progress, and I imagine this is just for him whilst he's testing it, so he doesn't have to have any rebellions. As well as that, he does want to additionally add in different buildings. He wants to change up all the buildings as well, which I think is a must for this, to kind of make it again feel more like you're fighting in Middle-earth rather than anything else. So yeah, he said he wants to change the buildings, he wants to change the whole of the technology, and one of the really, really good things about this only having 2 and then maybe 3 or 4 factions later on is, like, look how quick the end turns are. They're all oh, I didn't even realize we were not at war. Well, there we go. Because the turn times, you know, there's only like 3 or 4 factions, hopefully eventually when he adds in a few more. The turn times are super quick, so because of that, you really, really can just dive straight in. I think what would be really, really cool in this is to have like 4 factions eventually, and have one down here with like the whole of Rome, like up to like the rest of Italy, then have one up here, one over in Britain, and one down in Spain, and have like a 4-way faction off. I think that'd be really, really cool, and that's something you could probably do right now, you know, with submods and stuff. You could probably add in, you know, humans, elves, dwarfs, and Isengard, and just have a huge scrap. I think that'd be really cool, but obviously, you know, this is set in the scenario of the King's Strife, so this does really fit in. But I think this just goes to show the pure potential of the mod itself and what we could expect later on down the line, and something I'm really looking forward to, because, you know, once he starts adding in, you know, custom buildings and adding in better technology, and really starts to get the feel of the pace of the campaign, you're going to be having huge battles so much of the time, such a back and forth, such a tug of war with the enemy, and that's something I'm really looking forward to, because again, these numbers are probably extremely skewed right now, because this is kind of more of a test build rather than anything else. So I assume players won't be given, you know, 250,000 gold, maybe they'll be given like 100,000 or something to begin the campaign with, which I think would be really, really cool. The UI is a little bit dodgy here as well, it's kind of hard to see, but it does make a lot more sense when you do have a developed land right here to pick out apart and actually build upon. Yeah, because, you know, if he just designs a unit card for buildings like this as well, I think it'll be really cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump out, we're going to jump in as the campaign and basically just play, you know, I don't know, maybe we'll do a couple episodes. It really depends how much more you guys want to see this, but the enemy are obviously going to be building up their own armies as well. We can see they've got an army right here, mainly built up of these Frankish, oh, because there's mercenaries, that's hilarious. They do mainly have a lot of rivermen at the moment, but they have also got some mercenaries. So maybe that could be a really cool thing he could add in with the King's Strife, is have like other units like elves, like dwarfs as mercenaries. That could be a really good way to bring in other units, factions into the battle. So yeah, you can see them building up their army and stuff, which is really, really cool. So yeah, let's jump out. I'll turn off Fog of War and we'll just start like a normal campaign. I think that could be quite fun. Okay, so here we go. And again, I will just preface this. Obviously, it's now for, and all of these stuff will change. So this is not going to be a balanced campaign at the moment. It's not supposed to be. He's kind of got all of these commands in on the game so that he can just basically mess around with stuff much, much easier. So it's going to be a little bit crazy, but I just want to have a few cool battles. So we will go ahead and level up our provinces in the north, upgrade these buildings a little bit. I mean, we have so much money that we might as well just go ham. We're also going to start a heavy recruitment drive as well. We'll move our king up here to the north, and we will go ahead and get him some good state troops straight away. A nice little line of Gondorian sword infantry, and then we'll mix up with some spearmen, then some archers. And again, all these upkeep costs and stuff, I'm sure, are very much subject to change. That'd be a nice army down there. Where else do we have soldiers? Do we have a barracks anywhere else? I don't know if we do, at least at this point. So I guess we'll continue to upgrade like all our capitals, increase Rome, we'll build this up. Again, we want to try and get as much growth as possible in our regions, and we don't really have to worry about public order the way the mod is set up at the moment. And again, you know, if you just add in like a couple more factions as well, I think that'd really help you managing your empire. Because at the moment, it's kind of pretty crazy. But the empires need to be this big just solely because of how big the map itself is. But if you add in a couple more factions, you know, you can kind of maybe reduce the empire right here. You can kind of reduce their empire maybe over here a little bit, and kind of just fill the map with, you know, a couple more factions. But I definitely think it fits having small factions in the battle itself. I guess over in Verona as well, we'll do this because we'll build a barracks here pretty quickly. We do have a scholar, which is kind of nice. Oh yeah, definitely a marksman. You will be going in and you go into Verona. So obviously you can only recruit some pretty crappy units at the moment, but hopefully we'll sort that out. We'll pick up this and just go down to like fatigue rate and campaign movement range so we can get around. And again, obviously all this technology will be changed at a point later on, I would imagine. Continue to upgrade that. We also have a place over in Spain as well. So I really like the way it is set up because it's kind of more of a like a race for all these provinces. I believe the forces over here, you know, there's some really good access to gold right here. So, you know, these loyalist or these traditional league forces which kind of hold Gondor, as it were, will get a lot more of the rich Gondorian fertile land. Whereas up here, you know, they've kind of had to flee, so they're not going to be as great of an economy as say like the Gondorians are down here in the south. Well, we also have some dudes to assign as well. We only have a couple. We're going to have to wait a couple turns to get them. I guess we'll just start sticking them like in Rome and stuff. We obviously also have this. So edicts will obviously change as well at some point. We'll definitely pick up that. So yeah, I just feel like this mod really has so much goddamn potential, and I can't wait. And just look at that, like it's so quick to end the turns that it is going to be such a fast-paced campaign where you really are just going to be pushing on over and over again. So let's definitely get a barracks here because I want to at least have these two frontal provinces really built up. And I guess, you know, considering how frontal this is as well and these provinces are, yeah, we definitely want to be improving these actually. For sure, you know, it is kind of hard to keep up to date with everything going on. We'll put a garrison post here. Do the garrison posts, yeah, the garrison posts offer Gondorian infantry. That's amazing. Yeah, as I said, like it's a little bit hard kind of keeping up with all the provinces and still trying to stay as fast-paced, but you know, honestly, it's not too hard once you get used to it. So again, we'll build another Gondorian army. We'll go ahead and pick up some more infantry up here as well. Then we'll just push our armies, you know, through the Alps and get them up. So let's just quickly end the turn a little bit. We have a few other people we can. I guess we'll stick them up in like our provinces up here to the north. And you can go into there as well. We obviously want to have soldiers on the border ready to go. And we will pick up the urban development, I think, because that offers growth. And growth is obviously king, at least, especially at this early on. We've kind of ripped through our economy a little bit. We spent 100,000 gold just spamming out buildings. And I think we have enough time just to end the turn a couple times like this. I'm a little bit scared though. The enemy are building up, but luckily we haven't seen their advancements anywhere. It also wouldn't be a bad idea to build a hostel anywhere and get a spy up and running. We might try and do that. So the king's army is almost done. His upgraded barracks is almost done, giving him access to some Gondorian soldiers and Pelargir, and also some. We also have some Aphelion Rangers as well, which would be kind of cool, which he should now have access to. So yeah, there we have the king's army right here. Do I want to make this like more imperial? Well, we're definitely going to grab some cavalry, some Gondorian cavalry, 100%. Yeah, that's for sure. So we'll get like 4 units of that. And then what else do we want? I guess some more archers. We'll just keep this like proper Imperial, right? Just full-on King's Army. Then you can come in here afterwards and pick up. Oh yeah, you can get some more Gondorian infantry now as well. That's kind of cool. So we'll do that as well. And obviously, so basically you just end up spamming out units really, really quickly. And obviously I imagine the AI is doing exactly the same. And again, I really hope that these get changed as well, so they kind of fit more of the Gondorian theme. I think that would be really cool to have a lot more. Okay, oh, we do have some more people as well. I guess we'll just assign them blindlessly, because it doesn't really matter in like a build like this. It's not like I'm having to manage anything too much. So we'll just do all our edicts and just pick the food one. Again, like food and public order will be an issue in the proper game. I imagine like having to manage your empires. But for now, it's just not something you really have to worry about. I keep on pressing like end turn, expecting there to be like a big wait or something, you know, for my end turns. But obviously there's not. It's just so quick. So the army up here is looking pretty good, and we can now get some other soldiers. So in this army, I wouldn't mind getting a bunch of Aphelion Rangers maybe. And obviously we do want cavalry as well, so we'll pick up like 4 units of horses as well. Is this army ready to go? 1 more turn, and then this army can go. Can we recruit any champions out of interest as well? Obviously, no, we can't get anything at the moment. Kind of a shame, but nothing to worry about. Definitely improve the mine as well. Why not? And upgrade all of these buildings as well. Because if we can build garrison posts along here, that would be pretty gnarly indeed. Or we could get catapults as well. Maybe down here could be kind of cool. Or we could try and pick up that hostel to get a spy and see what the enemy are all about. No way we can get one right here. Yeah, we don't actually have access to it, I guess, in a minor city or a bigger city. Can we get one here? We can. So I want to pick up a spy here so I can move up and basically just scout what the enemy's doing. Because at the moment, we have no vision on them whatsoever. So let's just end the turn again. Duty calls. What happened? What happened to our king? Our king died. Oh no, he died of natural causes, and his son went ahead and succeeded him. That's kind of sucky. We will also assign some soldiers as well. So, well, nice. We actually can assign everyone. Normally, you can't go this far up, but again, so governors, I want as like master of courts, right? I want you guys like there. You are a military man, but you can't level up. Oh, it does look like that these guys can. Yeah, like the governors can go kind of go in anywhere, but the military men not quite yet. Well, hopefully they will be able to get, because I really want a royal protector, and obviously getting the marshal of the army is also really important as well. So here we go. This is our heir, our son. His father has died. The stress of war, I would assume, will force march our way out here as well through the Alps, because I want to get myself into battle as soon as possible. And this army is almost ready as well. Again, we'll probably pick up some spearmen over here. And we do actually have a final upgrade as well. Knights of the Silver Swan, Citadel Guard, and Fountain Guard. That's not a bad upgrade right there. So actually, no, I want to build catapults here. Yeah, because we can probably get Gondorian trebuchets. Oh, yeah, we definitely want to get Gondorian trebuchets, right? That would be a lit. Yeah, we'll political favour everyone into office. So, yes, the hostel is built now, so we should be able to get a spy up and running. And a champion, actually. That's kind of cool. But I think for now, we will grab the spy itself, and we'll send him, like, deep into enemy territory up here to basically just see what's going on. Is this not a faster way? Yeah, we'll go this way. It just seems like it would be a lot faster. And I guess our first army will be built next turn as well. So as soon as this army's built, we'll have 2 armies ready to send in the enemy positions. And obviously, we're going to lose a bit of HP here on our armies. We're going to go and obviously occupy no man's land, which would then push us into enemy territory. I wonder how the AI has reacted. But the king's army... Ooh, these guys can upgrade. Oh, they're nice. They actually get an arrow upgrade. That's really good. Well, I guess we'll send the king's army like right here, and we'll go and obviously off force march, and we'll go and occupy our first city. And this will mean that we're touching the enemy, and I imagine this will kickstart the AI into being very, very aggressive. So we will colonize it. It's going to cost us a little bit of money. It's going to deplete the army. But there we go. The first glimpse of the enemy positions. Our other army is waiting. Can we build a catapult yet? We can. Can we upgrade this catapult to trebuchets? I don't know if we can actually, which is a real shame if we can't actually get artillery like trebuchets, because why not? Gondorian trebuchets would be sick. And these guys can also level up as well with their archery, which is nice. Oh, obviously due to the siege engineering right there. So yeah, you just continue to go up here, my good sir. Yeah, you go and scout, see what the enemy have back there. Are we at war yet? Or do we just hate each other? Could we trade? We could actually trade with them as well. I like how you don't start off at war. Kind of gives you time just to, you know, explore the world, build out as much as you can, and kind of attack the enemy. So we've got a nice little catapult building there. Again, our dudes have leveled up a little bit. There isn't really anything too important. We will just dive in and then return once again. So we've got a nice little rank up right there, which is perfect. Not really much else going on in the world whatsoever. So we obviously want to replenish this army. And I think I also really want to try and claim this, because this way we have 2 really nice forward bases. And I guess we will also build other armies to send around, right? And just start capturing some places. You know, we'll just give them like a couple units like that. And we'll go and move out our armies there. We also do have this guy as well. I actually completely forgot about. Which I probably shouldn't do, considering we need as many armies as possible to fight the enemy. As I imagine they'll also be building up quite a few soldiers. And again, we'll just muster some more men back here. Just something like that, and I guess as well we can build more soldiers back here as well. Like, we will just, obviously at this point we can just spam out armies because of the way the economy's set up. But in the actual campaign, we won't be able to do this. You'll have to be, I imagine, a bit more tactical. Like, you'll probably have 2 or 3, like, good armies, and the rest of them will probably be much weaker units. But obviously, because, you know, it's not balanced at all at the moment, we can just spam out these armies. I'm not going to overdo it. Like, I'm going to have a couple just for fun. But we're not going to do anything crazy. Oh, here we go. Their first army is moving in. Let's go ahead and smash it. So they have, I imagine we're going to see a bunch of funny units. I mean, this army definitely is going to be the one to go in. We've not actually got declared war on, but we'll declare war on them now. And again, that should probably kickstart the way they do start mustering soldiers. Yeah, we'll just go in here. So they have just an entire army. These rhythmmen are classed as sword infantry. This could be hilarious, jumping in, and they're just, you know, the entire AI just has that. And again, you know, obviously this stuff will be fixed as we do get further and further on in the development of this mod. But please do, as I said in the beginning of the video, give the modder ideas on what you want to see, like in the mod. Do bear in mind the main principles of the mod is that it's going to be a deathmatch. This is not going to be something, you know, a grand campaign with 50 factions all in, all doing their own thing. It is what it is, and I think the modder is very content on keeping it how it looks and how it is set up. So, you know, as I said, like, don't expect, you know, something completely different, but ideas within what he's trying to create, I'm sure he's definitely going to welcome them, and definitely looks forward to seeing more and more. So it's just really cool seeing these units on the battlefield ready to go at it with one another. I mean, just being able to recruit Gondorian sword infantry and having them set up on the campaign map is just amazing. We even have some spearmen back here as well. Like, that's pretty awesome. I just can't wait. And even look at his banner as well. So yeah, as I said, like, eventually what he wants to do is once the other factions are released, he wants to add in like Mordor v Gondor or something like that as a deathmatch, which I think will definitely work very, very well. You know, obviously having kind of a... Are they tired? Oh, they are exhausted as well. That should be really good. Yeah, so I think that'd be really, really good to have, you know, Isengard or like Gondor versus an evil faction, because they're kind of more of the traditional ones, and then maybe having like the dwarves and the elves start off in a certain area around the map, like maybe 1 or 2 provinces, so they're very, very small, they're nowhere near as big as you, and kind of just having them as side factions, which could play a role later on in the campaign, but in the beginning it's very much just the Isengard, it's very much just Mordor v Gondor, or Gondor versus, you know, the traditionalists. I also feel like changing the names of the cities as well would be a really nice addition to the battle itself. So wait, are they javelins or are they just spear militia? Okay. Rivermen, they are sword infantry. They're just tier 1. Yeah, the AI is not ready for my elite army whatsoever. I mean, my Aphelion Rangers should hopefully get ready to unleash hell. I definitely want to be able to have a burning catapult. This army, though, the Loyalists, get access to some of the best bowmen in the game. Obviously, having access to Dale's roster, which is very, very good with their archers. So I think you're very much, if you are looking to play as this traditionalist, you're going to be using heavy archers with some decent infantry, obviously. I will change to flaming shot as well because it looks cool. So let's go to flaming shot. Let's give them a volley. And we'll push forward our infantry and give them hell. Push forward that contingent right there. This contingent will kind of go a little bit more staggered. And then we'll have the spearmen kind of filling the gap, I think. So yeah, they have I think, a javelin throw on all of their infantry. So they're going to be quite deadly, I think, on this initial charge. But the Imperial Gondorian state troops will march their way forward. The night is dark and full of terror right now, I'm not going to lie. Or maybe artillery to shoot back maybe their archers. Use our archers to shoot theirs. Let's get stuck in, boys. So you're going to see the combat being very, very fast-paced. You're going to see a lot of kill animations. You're going to see a lot of people cutting through units very quickly. This is kind of the way the modder does create the battles. You know, you see a lot of kill animations. You see a lot of units dying very quickly. And that's kind of the way that he's always done these battles. Now, if you're not a fan of this, I'm sure later on down the line, someone can create a sub mod for it. But I definitely enjoy this. It's a nice little change of pace. I mean, overall, I'm more of a fan of the longer tier battles just because that's kind of what I enjoy. However, this is still really fun and a nice change of pace, as I said, to mess around with and definitely fight out. And I think it definitely fits kind of the mod style that the modder is going for, obviously. You know, he's going for very much the fast-paced deathmatch feel for the campaign where units fight and die very, very quickly. Holy crap, their men are actually really good. Their men are cutting through mine. What the hell? Their men are amazing. I think they're wavering, but they're doing a really good job against mine. I was not expecting this. Get in the cavalry now. Everyone charge forward. Our general needs to get the hell up here. Our cavalry needs to smash their ranks right here, which I think they're doing exactly that. Killing some of the mercenary Frankish warriors. They've made their way into Middle-earth and how... I'm going to lose here. The AI has some amazing units. These rivermen are so good. I mean, the rivermen are basically as good as my normal Gondorian infantry. Holy crap. And again, regarding army sizes as well, I feel like I just need to keep on mentioning it because I'm sure some people in there just don't pay attention and don't listen to me when I'm saying this is a work in progress. You know, the fact that I've been able to recruit my tier 2 infantry right away is mainly down to the fact that I have like unlimited money and I can just jump straight away to them higher tier barracks. Obviously, in the proper mod, there's going to be positions where you don't have this much money. So because of that, you're going to be, you're going to be a little bit harder just to be able to recruit as many units as I have as quickly as I have. So it's going to be more of a build-up. I think like the first 15 turns will be you building up, conquering the desolated land. And I definitely would look forward to the AI having a few more factions, like just having Isengard roaming around as well. Maybe as a horde faction. Just to kind of add in a little bit more flavor from just Gondor v Gondor. You know, and again, I would love to see these factions start like the Dwarfs or Isengard, starting off as a one faction, like a one province minor, somewhere in the far reaches of the map. And they don't really, the main focus is fighting each other. And then all of a sudden, they come out of nowhere, they've built up a large force, and they come and kind of, you know, are an influential part of the battle itself. So I should actually probably pay a bit more attention here. My general's about to die. I've been mainly just talking about the mod itself, you know, showing you guys a little bit more. Yeah, our general dies. We're probably going to lose this battle, honestly. But I kind of more just wanted to check out the battle itself. Kind of show you guys how fast-paced it is, and hopefully you have a good idea about the battle mechanics, because this is kind of one of the bigger features of the mod as well, of how much he's changed the battles. Some of the Dalian kind of commanders there in full armor. But yeah, you can really have some good battles, I think. Really some exciting engagements. I'm also really impressed with how the Aphelion Rangers have done right here. You can't really see them too much because it is, you know, obviously a dark, snowy day. The sun is nowhere to be seen. A perfect day for a battle. These rivermen are putting up a very impressive fight. I don't really know why they're doing so well against my infantry. My infantry continue to fighting hard. And I would imagine if you want to keep up to date with this mod, I will continue to do more and more. Like, if you guys want to see more videos on this mod, I'll be more than happy to do it. I assume this mod, you know, if you want to keep more up to date with it and find out more information about it, I would definitely recommend using the Rise of Mordor Discord. They have a lot of good stuff over there that you'll be able to pick up and basically just find out more about it. Obviously, this isn't the official Rise of Mordor campaign or anything like that. However, it does offer some pretty cool stuff. So we'll just kill that general. Obviously, chase down these guys as well. The general's dealt with. So I think we're going to win this battle, honestly, but only just. Our cavalry win there. So yeah, we win the battle. I mean, look how bloody this is. This is kind of what this model does really well. He creates a very dangerous and deadly battle where there's just bodies piling up everywhere. Very Game of Thronesy, you know, brutal environments. Oh, but it's actually a super close battle as well, which is kind of hilarious. But we'll just end this up. Throw in the last of our Gondorian soldiers to fight bravely. Oh no, the mercenary Frankish armor's swords managed to fight on bravely to the bitter end. They might actually honestly beat me as well. Let's throw in the siege crew. The siege crew could actually come in clutch right here. I mean, their stats are really good. Really, really good right now. Come on, Gondorians, beat back the Westerners. Send them back to the world they came in. They don't deserve to reside in Middle-earth no more. Take the final ships to the Undying Land. But yeah, if you guys do want to see more of this campaign, I will go ahead and kind of take it a little bit more seriously and pay more attention, kind of have more standardized battle lines and stuff. Yeah, we actually end up losing this battle. I mean, I wasn't paying attention. I was just charging my men blindlessly without any micro whatsoever. If you guys do want to see more campaign, then I'll be happy to do it. But we'll just end this battle right now. And again, this doesn't really matter as well. If this was a proper campaign, I obviously would have taken it a bit more seriously. But we can just go all fray on them and we'll just find another army. I mean, our King's army can come in and just clean this up now anyway. We're recruiting plenty more men here as well. We'll get more generals and stuff. So there we have it. This is going to be the King's Strife campaign pack for Rise of Mordor. It isn't officially out yet. However, the modder is obviously working quite hard into making it better and better. Maybe as well, if you're good at campaign stuff, you kind of have a good idea about modding. Maybe he can even get some help. You know, I'm sure a couple new people in just to test the mod or to, you know, to go ahead and change names of cities or doing something like that. Because I feel like having, like, you know, Minas Tirith named instead of Pavia, which is the capital, I believe, at this point of this faction. I don't think it is Rome. Oh, no, it is Rome. Yeah, having, like, Minas Tirith instead of Roma, I think would be really cool. And then maybe you can add in a few custom maps as well, which would be really cool. Like, actually having, like, a Helm's Deep up in the, you know, up here. Like, maybe this could be, like, Helm's Deep or something. I don't know. Or, like, maybe down here. It would be really, really cool just to kind of mess around with that. Even having, like, several helms, like having this Helm's Deep, and this Helm's Deep would be kind of fun as well. I don't know. There's, like, so much you can do with this mod, and I'm really excited to see this mod get further and further along in development. So make sure to put a like and a comment. Me and Apollo might go ahead and take a co-op campaign or versus campaign in this. Let us know if you do want to see that, and I will see you guys in the next one.